Yo, peace. It's the DC the Bishop. You know what it is? It is probably going to be my last post from the UK. I'm headed back to the Bay, I think tomorrow. Green tea mixed with peppermint tea. Not a fan of peppermint tea. Never have been. But one of the things I've been working on the last few years is taking what I know is good for me, even if I really don't like the way that it tastes. And that includes peppermint. I never liked peppermint tea. I've hated peppermint gum. I hate peppermint candy. I pretty much hate anything that deals with peppermint. But peppermint is really good for your gut biome, right? It's good for your lungs and stuff. So I'm trying to make myself drink more of it. I hope that you're good. This is a post about meditation. I've been meditating probably regularly since about 2009 for sure, because that's when I started doing transcendental meditation, also known as TM. And that was through the David Lynch Foundation, R.I.P. David Lynch, who recently passed away. And while I was working at John O'Connell High School in San Francisco, shout out to everybody at the OC on 19th and Folsom, I started doing transcendental meditation. My coach was a guy named Matthew August, amazing guy. And TM changed me and improved my jiu-jitsu on a ton of levels. I was already kind of doing self-styled Zen meditation by virtue of just doing yoga, right? I had seen the movie Choke on Rickson, Rickson, Rickson Gracie, amazing documentary. He does a lot of that pranayama breathing where his stomach moves all crazy, massaging his insides and all that. And I couldn't find that, but I could find at San Jose City College Hatha Yoga, the basic Hatha Yoga, which, you know, is not like the hot box yoga, the Bikram yoga. It's just moving and breathing consistently in the same way that you need to. It's a great way. Still do it. Don't consider myself no kind of swami, but I enjoy yoga. But my point is, after doing yoga, I would get really quiet and still, and I would just sit. And that is basically the door opening to what we now know as Zen meditation in the West. But TM really changed my life. A ton of different ways. I've explained that specifically in my jiu-jitsu world. But over the years, man, I gotta say that meditation, especially in the years after my divorce, became really crucial. And you know who really brought me back to meditation in a major way is RZA from Wu-Tang Clan. I have a lot of thanks that I could give RZA for things he's done and wisdom that he's shared. But returning me to meditation is one of the best things. He did this thing called Camp Tazo a few years ago. I think it was right before the pandemic really fully kicked in full swing. He did a thing in Staten Island. It was me, Shaolin monk Shi Yanming, and it was him for this thing that Tazo T was doing, where they were taking like young creatives and young professionals and helping them to understand that having a vegan lifestyle, meditating, doing chess, and doing martial arts could help them as individuals and as professionals. And so I taught the chess perspectives of it. He invited me out. It was a great time. But really being around him and Sifu Shi Yanming was really amazing. And that is when I rededicated myself to meditation. Now you might say, well, I don't like meditation. I'm not really into meditation. I don't even think meditation is cool. And so I'm going to give you 5 real reasons why meditation is dope that's backed by science. This is sparkling water, by the way. Why did I say that? Because it looks like it might be vodka, right? Like if someone was like, Deeps was out here drinking vodka, I mean, I might believe it. So anyway, a 2021 study talked about how meditation reduces inflammation markers in the human body. This is huge, right? It's really huge because inflammation becomes a problem for adults as you get older, right? And this inflammation, which is a lot of it is actually brought on by diet, right? By diet, way too many hamburgers, way too much red meat in general, right? Way too much sugar and whatnot in the system, which I struggle with. You already know. And meditation helps turn that down. It alleviates anxiety and depression systems. Look at everybody. I'm always talking about how depressed and high anxiety everybody is right now, and meditation helps turn that down by a lot. I've said it before, I'll say it again. A lot of times when I deal with super stressful situations with other people, and this is sometimes people see me in a situation and wonder how calm I stayed through it, it's because I've been meditating consistently, right? A lot of times we try and meditate after the fact. Someone jars us, we almost got hit by a car, we get into an argument with someone we love, and now we start meditating. The time to meditate is consistently before. And rather than, just like yoga, rather than doing yoga once or twice in a week for an hour, do 15 minutes a day. It's the same thing for meditation. Rather than trying to meditate for an hour, do 5 minutes, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, just so you're kind of getting your work week handled, right? Really beautiful on alleviating anxiety and depression, right? It enhances your sleep quality. A lot of times, people say like it's bad when you fall asleep. I remember talking with Matthew one time. I was like, man, sometimes when I meditate, I find that I fall asleep. And there are many ways of meditation, many schools of meditation, I'll say, that frown on sleeping. What he said, and which I believe, not just because it made me feel better, but because I do believe it, is he said, when you meditate, your body starts to do exactly what it needs to do. So if you are lacking sleep and you meditate and you fall asleep, that's because your body needed rest. So as someone who is almost consistently forever underslept, I stopped feeling bad about that. And so then when I do sleep, when I do meditate and I do fall asleep, or sometimes if I find like my mind is just racing at night, I will go into a meditative state to enter into a sleep state, and I find it works fantastically, even though, again, I know a lot of people frown against that, right? It's incredible, like absolutely incredible. And there's a book called Transcendence that he gave me that I think is still published by the David Lynch Foundation with all these different studies. And the stuff that you'll learn about the benefits of meditation from a scientific place are incredible. Finally, and I think this is the coolest thing, in 2022, there was a study done, and it showed that meditating reduces gray matter atrophy. That's the hardening of the gray matter, which is associated with aging, right? Like we always hear about this, complex word, neuroplasticity, right? Like how your brain stays flexible, right? Your mind, you need mental yoga just as much as you need physical yoga, right? You need mental yoga, right? That's why chess, crossword puzzles, physical puzzles, and different things to keep your brain active, especially right now, are crucially important. They're crucially important, right? And one of them is by meditating, your brain has greater neuroplasticity, right? And it combats the aging of your mind, man, which becomes a really big deal, man. It becomes a really big deal as you get older. So those are the things that I wanted to share with you. I want to encourage you to meditate for 1 to 2 minutes today, right? You can check out a guided meditation. I think guided meditations are one of the most underappreciated ways to enter into meditating, right? So you can go on YouTube, Spotify, whatever, find a lot of different free 1 to 2 minute, 3 minute guided meditations, because a lot of times your brain is just racing so much and you feel like you're doing bad. Don't worry about that. Do the guided meditations that help you breathe different. Maybe sometimes it has a mantra, like a word or a phrase that you say over and over again, right? It may be breathing meditation. Breathe in for 4, hold for 7, out for 8. It doesn't matter. Do what you feel most comfortable doing, but try to do it for 1, 2, maybe 3 minutes. And then try to do that consistently until you can expand the time, extend the time, and extend the depth of your meditation. On my IG on Bishop Chronicles, I had just posted a thing. I talk about a few similar things here. I didn't get into any of the scientific data in my talk, but I talked the other day about some of the benefits that I got from meditation. I hope this helps you. I look forward to getting back to America. I can't wait. I have some great things to show that I learned from seeing some of the other cool schools out here train. Also some things that I reflected upon that are in my jiu-jitsu journal here. You know what I'm saying? Went to the British Museum yesterday. Lit. Anyway, I'm out. You stay blessed. Have a very blessed day. I hope that you take meditation and the benefits of it seriously, because I know you need it and I know it'll help you. And beyond that, don't forget to share this with 2 people, please. Subscribe, please. And come back, because I got some guests coming once I get back to the west side. Okay? I'm gone. Stay blessed. Stay healthy. Stay no stress.